Happy Arvel. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me yet again today. Hold on. To this week in Australia. That's right. We're all the way from up top here in Indiana. I'm going down. We're going down where? Under, through, tubes, the internet, to see what happened this week in Australia. That's the plan. And I'm going to use the Australian subreddit as my method of doing so. Top post this week. Let's go. All right, pretty much the perfect welcome home to Australia after living abroad for 6 years. Lamau. And what is that? At first I thought that was a kangaroo. But that is a dog doing an impression of a kangaroo. Defecating. Well, it's good to know the trams can stop. You know, I didn't know if they were like trains where they just can't stop. I mean, a train can stop, just not quickly. What was this guy about to do? He kind of looks like he was about to go poop with the dog. Just kidding. Look, he pulled his pants up. He's like, he's already done. Wow. I'm visiting Australia next month for the first time in 18 years. Is my leftover currency still valid? Ooh, this is vintage at this point, huh? It's kind of sad that I'm so old now that stuff from 2005 is vintage, but look at that, the Queen. This might be worth, this might be worth $5.03 now. This is like the anti-inflation currency. I think it's probably worth more because it's vintage. I wouldn't spend that. I think this goes in the collection. That's pretty awesome that they kept it for 18 years. Just enough for a pie and a can of Coke. You can get 6 times Woolies home brand pies and a bottle of LA Ice for $10. What is LA Ice? Does that have anything to do with Los Angeles? I reckon that one of these is from Alaska. Hadn't noticed the U.S. quarter had slipped in. Oh, okay. I was like, I'm really lost. Okay, where's the U.S. quarter here? I should be able to spot it. We don't use change here in America anymore. It's not worth anything. What is the quarter? It's got to be one of these. No. Yeah. Okay. I thought I'd be able to spot it quicker than this. Where's the freaking quarter? I'm about to give up. Okay, one more run through. Okay, I'm stupid. Look at this right here. The true size of Australia. This actually really puts it into perspective. Damn. Tasmania is the size of Ohio. Honestly, that kind of makes me feel like Tasmania is kind of small. It's the size of just Ohio, but actually that makes me feel like Ohio's a lot bigger than I thought it was. There's not a whole lot in Ohio. I mean, I don't, so I forget how big it is. But damn, look at that. Germany fits just right over here. And Australia fits, just in this small part right here in the middle of Australia. Australia fits right in there. Just kidding. That's South Africa. I'm kind of satisfied by how they put all these countries together as like a puzzle. That's part of that is what's very intriguing to me about this. But damn, how many countries do we have? Like at least 20. Well, a vast land. All right. We truly are a bunch of trusting folks here in Australia. I like how I just added my own words into that. Everybody just leaves their thongs on the boardwalk. Why would you leave your thongs on the boardwalk? I mean, if a bunch of ladies left their thongs on the boardwalk here in America, they would for sure be stolen by some creepy dudes. this is a little bit different when it's Australian thongs. But isn't the sand like the hottest part? You know, you go to the beach. That's where I want my flip-flops, is when I'm walking on the sand. At least initially, you know, you gotta get your feet wet. Then you can walk on the sand. Or you gotta get used to it. Yeah, that is actually kind of impressive, though. That y'all trust each other this much. All right, it was already interesting enough that when you called them thongs, but sweaty pluggers. Sweaty pluggers. Never heard that one. That could also get misinterpreted here in America. Here we are back with another Woolies weigh-in. Will they be selling you the same amount of product that is advertised? 200 grams of Solanato tomatoes. Nope. Even with the packaging, it's not even close. That's definitely illegal. And they go bad tomorrow, so you gotta... I don't know what you gotta do. You gotta return them quick. That is some BS. Look at how empty this packaging is. Like, I had to search for the tomatoes. Where are they? There's one. The sad world we're living in today, folks. Let's continue on. What is the Kohls yellow donut flavor? You don't want to find out. I think it's yellow snow flavored. If you ever visit America, don't eat the yellow snow. And now I'm suspicious of the brown ones, too. I'd stick to the pink. Never mind, we have a Kohls insider here to confirm it is tropical flavored. Which tropic? Don't know. And also, the pink is just pink. The pink is pink flavored. Stinky pink. Okay, we got another inflation post, per usual. Now, I will say these are actually happening slightly less often. Maybe that's good news for inflation. You know what I mean? Maybe it's settling down. Probably not. Receipt deals I found in my Nan's car from 2008. Really not that long ago. Oh, how prices have changed. Actually, no, 2008 is vintage, isn't it? Now that I remember. The coins, at least. 3 large pizzas, $15.95, which is an incredible deal until I remembered that Australian large pizzas are the size of our personal pan pizzas. But that is Australian dollars, so that's only like $12 for 3 large pizzas. Maybe even less, like 11, 10, probably like $10 US. Hey, even for 3 personal pizzas, that's a hell of a deal. Damn. Bring me back to 2008. You telling me the economy was better in 2008? That ain't good. 1 kilogram sausages free. I'm skeptical of anything that's free. Also, printing white sausages on white paper is bad marketing. Buy 2 Big Macs for $5. You know, I feel like they still run that deal. Amazingly. At least at Macca's here in the US. But yeah, okay, this would be more like $3, which is a hell of a deal once again. Damn. It's crazy when you look back and remember how cheap stuff really was. It was all half as cheap. Now, has everybody here's salaries doubled since 2008? I hope so. All right, now I got to watch this. As an American, you know, I feel partly responsible. Now, I wasn't of voting age back when, you know, the war in Iraq and everything, so I'm not super responsible, but still, this is interesting. Anthony Albanese says their stated reason for going to war in Iraq over weapons of mass destruction was not correct. I mean, is this news to anyone? But anyway.
I do want to make some comments about the release of documents that takes place every 20 years. The process there is that documents are provided to the National Archives of Australia 3.
You know what? I'm going to find the good part, and I'll come back. Okay, I think I found something.
Australians have a right to know the basis upon which Australia went to war in Iraq. Australians lost their lives during that conflict, and we know that some of the stated reason for going to war was not correct in terms of the weapons of mass destruction that was alleged.
That is a tough pill to swallow, isn't it?
Iraq had at that time. Australians do have a right to know what the decision-making process was, and my government believes that this mistake must be corrected, that the National Archives of Australia...
I don't know how you correct it. I mean, I guess that's noble of them to try. It's hard to correct.
...should release all the documentation that has been provided to them, having account for any national security issues, of course, upon the advice of the national security agencies.
All right. Okay. Yeah, well, I didn't know this was news, but I think people have known this for 20 years now. But it is always interesting to see politicians, admit it. Now, of course, he wasn't the prime minister back then, so it would be more interesting to see the prime minister from back then come on and say that. But it's still interesting to see. And of course, the number one people to probably have misled the Australian government was the U.S. government with this whole weapons of mass destruction stuff. So don't think that I don't recognize that. I do. 24 seconds. I don't know if this is the best. Oh, shit. Wow. So this is like a time lapse of the incredible Sydney fireworks display. I reacted to a much longer version of this a few days ago. This is so crazy seeing it this fast. It just shows you how many thousands of tons of fireworks were lit. Where's the golden shower? There it is. I knew it was coming. Oh my God. Imagine if they just did it all this quick. That's cool. This is actually kind of interesting, This is the first time I've seen a post about a sale at Kohls. That's not being sarcastic, I don't think. These are actually amazing sales. It says start the new year right. I don't know what that emoji implies. Am I missing something? I mean, damn. From $10 down to $2.96. $187 for some pudding. $4 for all that. Maybe the times are changing, folks. Why is all this on quick sale? Are these super popular, like Christmas and New Year's stuff? Looks like this has been on quick sale 3 different times. It gets a little sketchy after the 3rd time. You know what I mean? Like, how long has this thing been on sale? Found this in my change. Okay. I love all the posts about the money and stuff. It's cool seeing your guys' money is just so cool. It's very beautiful. So what is this? This looks pretty vintage. Maybe even older than 2005. What year is this from? Oh, we got the queen, a young queen. Is that Elizabeth? 1966. It is Elizabeth. Man. That's insane to think. She was on the currency in 66. 60 years ago. Wow. I wonder how old she is here. It's no wonder it was such a big deal when she passed away. You know what I mean? What an iconic queen for so long. That is a piece of treasure right there. That's worth more than 50 cents. That's got to be worth at least $1. I guess a new law might make a lot of large American trucks, which I know is a pet peeve of some of you folks out there. When they take up 4 parking spots, I can understand why. But it might make them illegal to sell based on their emissions. So that's interesting. That's breaking news. Tradie oots. And what is an oot? I don't know exactly what an oot is. I need to look that up. Hold on. It's like a work truck. Well, you got to have trucks to work. What are you going to do if you make these illegal? What do you mean? All right, this guy debunks it as a sensational headline. Imagine that, the news exaggerating. What? In 2024? Clickbait news? There will be commercial exemptions for the oots. Trigger warning for anybody who is a friend or fan of this fish. Gus, apparently been swimming around South Sydney Beach for 40 years. Some bloke went in there with a spear gun, and Gus is dead. At least he was fined $500 for the deed. How old do these fish live? How does a fish become 40 years old? That's just sad. Rest in peace, Gus. Well, this is pretty freaking cool. So apparently, in 1988, there was a one-off Batman character in the comic book of this Aboriginal man from Australia. Umbaluru. He's on a mission to get back the power bone that was stolen from a tribe near Uluru. That's pretty freaking cool. And the art is sick. I definitely did not know that. I guess there was an Australian fan. Maybe an Aboriginal. I don't know. Working on the comic books. All right, let's see what we got here. Sad Gold Coast tourist is so sad.
Tourism is picking up and recovery efforts...
What was she doing? Making a TikTok over here?
Tourism is picking up and recovery efforts are underway. Conditions are still challenging. Most beaches on the Gold Coast are closed to swimmers today due to poor water quality and high levels of debris.
Wow, you guys say debris really differently. Let me hear that again.
And high levels of debris.
It sounds like debrin. Debrin. I assume she's saying debris. That is absolutely not the point of this video, but that just really stuck out.
Levels of debris.
Some didn't take the news well.
Are closed? Oh my goodness. Sad, so sad.
Okay. Yeah, that is sad. Wow, she really wears her emotions on her sleeve. I can't blame her. That would suck if you went to Australia during the winter and the Gold Coast was closed. The beach was closed. That would be so sad. All right, the last thing that happened in Australia this week was this chicken stopped an alpaca from eating its food.
Got my nose.
Poor guy. Are alpaca Australian animals? I didn't even know that. Anyway, that's what we got this week. Why does that happen every time? Thank you. Happy Arvo, guys. Subscribe if you want to. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.